Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Okay, I already see one. Give him. Okay.
They're the same picture.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Halal Snack Bag. When they're not eating baguettes, touching kids in churches, peeing on the street, and forcing Muslim women to undress before entering school, they're drawing racist, frankly straight up just distasteful comics. Who am I talking about? Now if you guess the French, you're wrong. It's not all French. It's just the specific ones that draw, publish, and consume this type of content. But we are not like them, and they are not our teachers. And we don't lump millions of people into the same category for the actions of a few.
I got like deja vu, like we've been there before, dissing the French.
Why exactly are we talking about the French and their intimate relationship with urine? Legend has it that the French are always drawing racist cartoons because of their fondness of surrendering. Apparently, they had such a large collection of white flags that they would use it as a canvas to draw. But for good reason, as always.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, this year we're able to raise funds for Palestine to Muslims around the world. So far, we've raised almost $500, and this is emergency relief going into Palestine. So please donate whatever you can, whether it's $2 or $20, it will make a difference. And if you don't know what we're talking about this disgusting, derogatory cartoon depicting the famine or the situation in Gaza. And what does this remind you of? It kind of looks like 1930s Germany. Because who was it that drew cartoons mocking the victims of the Holocaust while it was happening?
And of course now the artist is complaining about getting hate comments and all types of comments. You make fun of people in a genocide, draw them chasing rats for food, you ridicule their religion, you ridicule their situation, and then you complain about being the victim and getting hate.
I'm so sick of these people, man. And they draw the card like they draw it so quickly just because they get a reaction to a cartoon. They draw it to get a reaction. And this just goes to further expose this myth of Western morality, that we are the pinnacle of human rights. The West is the height of the human civilization.
They sit in their ivory towers, of which they barbarically looted and stole from other lands, and they lecture you about human rights. They tell you that Muslims are violent and barbaric, when their history is tenfold more bloody and barbaric than anyone else. Like, literally rivers of blood. Remind us again what they did in Algeria, in Cameroon, in Madagascar, in Rwanda, in Chad, Morocco. The list goes on. And this illusion of Western human rights has to be called out.
And they cried and emptied their wallets for the old church that burned down, but didn't bat an eyelash when one of the oldest churches were blown to bits by the occupation.
And we're not even talking about mosques that have been decimated by the occupation. We're talking about a church. Like, that's your place of worship as well.
You should care.
And let's not forget, there were people seeking shelter in the churches that were targeted. And again, this is nothing new. Like, same story, different day.
Just like 1930s Germany. For decades, they tried to convince you that the bad guys look like Reem's grandfather, when in reality, the bad guys looks like them. Is them.
Yeah, they, them. It's the same thing with your favorite actor or singer or whatever it is. Don't expect morality from them when they're working in one of the most immoral industries on earth. Hollywood is no place for morals, so don't expect any morality from them. Just ask the Harvey Weinsteins, the Jeffrey Epsteins. What do they all have in common?
Hey, I'm not surprised, mother.
Who sits down drawing this?
Post it and then think like, yeah, that's a good idea. And it's funny how these people jump into like Muslim pages and then they accuse the Muslims of hate while they're doing that exact thing. They're spewing their hate on a Muslim page and then they're accusing everyone else about hate.
And we get those type of comments as well, shouting in our ears like, oh, you're so violent, and then they call us all these names.
Yeah. And they go, let me tell you about your religion. Let me tell you what jihad really means. Like, okay, man.
Sure.
Okay. And again, we're not speaking about every French person. The French people has been out on the streets protesting and standing in support of the people of Palestine.
Yeah, we have a French neighbor.
That's literally saying like, oh, I can say the N-word, I have a black friend.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's kind of funny. Alhamdulillah, this year we're able to raise funds for Palestine through Muslims around the world. So far, we raised almost $500, and this is emergency relief going into Palestine. So please donate whatever you can, whether it's $2 or $20. It will make a difference.
Just think of how much a bread of loaf costs and donate that.
Oh wow, so horrible. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you're having a great Ramadan so far.
Are you having a great Ramadan?
Like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
And thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Just think of how much a bread of loaf costs and donate that.